Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about what you need to bow hunt turkeys. To start off with, let's go with just the bare minimum. Is it still bare minimum if we're hunting turkeys? That's one to ponder. Alright, so what do you need, like absolute minimum amount of gear that you want to bring with you in the woods when you're hunting turkeys? Okay, so you need head to toe camouflage. It's just turkeys, they have great eyesight and they see in color. So it's like camouflage is absolutely necessary. Hunting whitetails or something like that, you can get away with, hunting in solids, just natural looking clothing, but turkeys, you need actual camouflage. And when I say head to toe, I really mean you need to look like one of the snipers in the army recruiting videos. So, you know, 3D camouflage, like a leafy suit or something like that, is really great, especially if you're not hunting with a blind. But we'll touch on that in a little bit. But yeah, a face mask, or not a COVID face mask, like a camouflage face mask, face paint, something like that to cover up your face. Gloves, obviously full long sleeve camouflage clothing, camouflage pants. Again, turkeys have great eyesight, so can't stress the importance of camouflage enough. And then there are some exceptions to that. We'll touch on that when it becomes necessary. So, you got your camouflage head to toe. You look great. Now, it doesn't have to be super expensive camouflage. You don't need to go crazy high end because it's springtime. In a lot of places, it won't be really cold. It's gonna be pretty warm, so long sleeve shirt, maybe a light jacket, and pants is kind of what you're gonna need. And then you're gonna need a bow, arrows, broadheads, which you're gonna need to bow hunt anyway, or a crossbow if that's legal where you're hunting. So you got that covered, and that's it. And you need a hunting license and a turkey tag. So if you have your hunting license, some camouflage, your bow, and your arrows, you can just run out and start hunting turkeys. It'll be really difficult because I can't stress how good turkeys' eyesight are, especially when it comes to movement. And that's where the challenge is going to come with bow hunting. So if you're hunting turkeys with a shotgun, which is by far the most popular way or weapon to use when you're hunting turkeys, you can just lean up against a tree with all the gear we just mentioned, and you don't need to move a lot to get sighted on that bird and make a shot. But with a bow, we have to pull these back. Okay, so that's a lot of movement. And that's why a lot of people use ground blinds when they're hunting turkeys. I'm not saying it can't be done without a ground blind. We have a video on how to hunt turkeys without a ground blind. Some things that you can do is create a ground blind from just either a lay down, a tree that's fallen over, some brush, things like that. And you need to be careful, make sure that it's legal wherever you're hunting to cut branches and things like that to make a blind, because it's not legal in all places, so you might just need to use what's already available there. So do your research, know your laws. Okay, so some type of concealment is still necessary, but you don't necessarily have to buy it. And so the strategy with that complete minimalist gear, again, just camouflage, a bow, and your license, is you're going to have a rough idea of kind of the turkey's day-to-day life. So one thing you can do is you can roost them at night and take your best guess about when they fly down from their roost where they're going to go. Whether there's a crop field that maybe you've seen them strutting in, logging road or something like that. It's another really great place for a turkey to strut. Or you've seen some place where they've been scratching a lot, where they've been feeding. You're going to hunt them kind of like a whitetail. You're going to try and ambush them that way. Now, if you bring a little bit more gear into it, you can get some turkey calls, maybe a decoy, and now you're instead of just doing the waiting thing, you can try and coax the turkey to you using those calls and the decoy. And of course, if you want to go all out, you need a big hub ground blind, few decoys, turkey calls, camouflage. And if you're hunting inside of a ground blind, you don't need like actual camouflage. You need just all black to match the inside of the ground blind. But if you're wearing camouflage in there, it's typically dark enough that it's not going to be enough contrast with that black background to make a huge difference. But all black is obviously the best way to go for inside of a ground blind. All right, let's summarize. So if you want to go absolute minimalist, bow, camouflage, hunting license, turkey tag, it's going to be difficult. You'll hunt them kind of like whitetails. You try and ambush them, figure out their patterns, and find some natural cover for you to hide in and around as you ambush those turkeys. If you want to add a little bit more gear like turkey calls or decoys, you can kind of use some other techniques to help you bring turkeys to you. If you want to go all out, a ground blind is really great. Set up your ground blind, set up the decoys in front of it. You don't have to do a ton of calling, but you can do some. And yeah, that would be kind of like the all-out turkey gear. But all that gear does kind of slow you down too if you want to do kind of a run and gun thing. Anyway, I'm getting too deep into the weeds. Those are the basics for turkey gear. Now, some other things that you might want to consider would be permethrin. And I know that's kind of a one that can be overlooked, is that spring is a very buggy time of year, as well as when all the ticks come out. So permethrin, however you want to say it, is something that you'll spray on your clothes, and it keeps the ticks and bugs off. So if you don't like them, it's a great idea to treat your clothing. Also, a thermocell is something that'll keep the mosquitoes away from you, so you won't have to be swatting mosquitoes the entire time you're out. Obviously, some type of bag to carry all your gear in is also a really nice luxury. Decoys, you absolutely need a bag. They come with a bag though, so it's not really an added piece of gear, is it? Okay, so if you're still not confused, go ahead and like this video and subscribe, and we will see you all in the next video.